Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. For those of you that are new, my name's Janice and I'm a Thermomix consultant. The recipe I'm cooking today is the black rice bowl with chicken and mushroom. Now this one here, the first time I made it, one of my customers had a Thermomix before, and for her delivery she already had stock paste and that, so I just said pick something that's relatively quick to make. Just go through cookie dough, pick something that's relatively quick to make, and we'll come over and we'll cook it together. And this is what she picked. Now since then, like that's a couple of years ago, and since then this has become one of our firm favourites. And so I thought I'd cook it today with you. And I've told you what it is. It's the black rice with chicken and mushroom. And it's out of the Gut Health cookbook. So we're going to start cooking. And we're going to make the marinade first. So what we've got is, see, when we take the lid off, the TM7 recognises that we've taken the lid off and it tears the scales. So it wants 1 clove of garlic, so that's actually probably the equivalent of 2 cloves of garlics that I have chopped in the Thermomix and then frozen in little blobs. So we tick that because it's not a weighable measurement. And then we want 20 grams of sesame oil. So I've always bought my sesame oil in these cute little bottles, and I buy a few at a time. And I found in the supermarket that I can actually get huge bottles, or bigger bottles. So that's what I'm going to be moving to. I'm nearly out of the small bottles. Rightio. So that's 23 grams, so I'm going to tick it myself because it's still thinking about it. 20 grams of maple syrup. And this is pure maple syrup. It's not what I've got here, it's not the maple flavoured syrup. There we go. It says it's 20 grams. There it is. 30 grams of tamari, so you can use soy sauce as well. 30 grams, did I say 30? There we go. Oh, okay, we want another drip. They're going to make me go over. There we go. And then 20 grams of the white miso paste, the Shiro white miso paste. Ooh. I don't know which is the up end and which is this is it. This is the open end. 20 grams. It smells amazing. And a little bit more, and that's going to be over. Okay. And then we're going to go next, and we've got to put the lid on and then blend it together for 15 seconds on speed 4. Okay. Next, now we're going to put a bowl onto the mixing bowl lid. So I've got one here, and we're going to weigh into the bowl some mushrooms, and it says shiitake, Swiss brown, and shimeji. I've never heard of them, but I live in Claremont, and I can get regular brown mushrooms, so that's what we've got. So we want 400 grams. And if you get the nice little brown Swiss mushrooms, you can just put them on whole. But these were what I found this morning. One more. Right, yeah. Next. And then we're going to set that bowl aside. Next. And then we want another mixing bowl. Oh, rightio, let's do this. Rightio. Next. And we're going to weigh into 600 grams of chicken thighs cut in halves. So now I'll pull this out, and what I'm going to do is, as I weigh it, these are big chicken thighs, and I'm going to cut them into thirds. Or even though I might just do it in halves. But I'm going to take those big bits of fat off, and I'll cut it in half. And I'm doing it that way. So we want 600 grams. These are quite fatty today. I don't mind if there's a little bit of fat on it. I don't like, you can see that there. That's actually off only 2 chicken thighs. That's quite a lot. Okay. So we'll need about 5 chicken thighs. I might just do 4, and that'll be half the packet. Because we won't mind having a bit more mushroom and a bit less chicken. And these get pan fried. I think this recipe serves about 4. Okay, that's 500 grams. Let's just go with that, because that'll leave 4 here, and I'll vat seal the rest of them and pop them in the freezer, and they'll be good for another meal later in the week. Okay, next. Okay. And then set that bowl aside. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put this away, and I'm going to get my other knife out, and I'm going to chop these mushrooms up. And then, go away. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so our mushrooms we want in nice, big, fat slices like that. Because we want them to be nice big meaty bites, like, I don't know if you've ever got the really big, huge mushrooms and marinated and cooked them and barbecued them and then put them on a burger. They are amazing. I mean, I don't eat them instead of meat. I eat them with meat. But, yes, I do love big meaty mushrooms. And all I'm doing is cutting a nice thick slice off either side of the stem. Okay. Now we want half this here over the top of the mushrooms. Get out. My friend the fly. And then the other half goes over the chicken. Okay. And then we need the simmering basket. We'll give this a mix. Just want to get it all nice and coated with that sauce. I really wish you could smell this. I mean, that miso paste. I just love that stuff. You know. I'm going to toss that together. Okay. So I'll finish tossing that in a minute. In the meantime, I've got to get my simmering basket. Okay, I've got the simmering basket, my mushrooms are thoroughly tossed in the marinade, as is the chicken, and we're ready to move on. So it says we've got to weigh in 220 grams of black rice. So I found this was just, I got this in Claremont, so I'm guessing it'll be readily available wherever. So let's go tear. I've got that touching. Tear. 220 grams. Oops. That's 258 grams. So let's say yes. And it says you can use brown rice if you can't get black rice. Now we're going to rinse this. We're going to remove this and rinse the rice until it runs clear. So moving on, we need a litre of water or 1,000 grams. Okay. Next, we'll put the simmering basket back in. And now we're going to cook that for 25 minutes at 100 degrees. And see, with this new lid, there's no more putting the simmering basket or the splash guard or the Varoma on top, depending on what you're cooking. So we're going to go next. And we're going to cook that. And then once that's cooked, we'll come back. Once that's cooked, I am going to, in a non-stick pan, I'm going to cook the chicken. Yeah, rightio. Yeah, return to current step. So once that's cooked, then we'll do the chicken. And when the chicken's cooked, we'll set the aroma up and we'll get the broccolini steaming. And then while that's happening, we'll cook the mushrooms. So I will be back once the rice is cooked and we'll keep going. Okay, next. So now it says to heat a large non-stick fry pan over medium heat, spray lightly with olive oil and add reserved chicken and cook for 5 to 6 minutes on each side until it's golden sticky. And while it's doing that, we're going to continue with the recipe. Once the chicken has cooked, you transfer it into the thermal serving dish in a large bowl and keep warm. So next, we're going to place the aroma in position, and I've got some broccolini in there now, and that's a lot of broccolini, but I'll just move this forward, but we'll eat it. I'll eat that. I love broccolini, so I'll eat that for lunch another day. Put the lid on, 7 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 4. And then once that's done that, we'll check the rice and the broccolini to see if it's cooked. And then we can extend the time. Rightio, so while that's doing that, I'm going to go and I'm going to cook the chicken. So I'm going to give my broccolini a little bit longer, but I'm going to take the rice out. And so this is our what do you call it? Got no word. The spatula is also the handle for our simmering basket. So you've just got to get the angle right on this. Rightio. Put that out into there. And then, I'm going to, I'll put the chicken on top of this, as well as the mushrooms, and then the broccolini. So I will be back when it's time to taste it. The chicken's really ready to come out, and then I'll do the mushrooms. Rightio. So I was supposed to add spring onions, which I elected into the, and saute them with the mushrooms, but I didn't because my son is not 100% fussed on the shallot onions. So I haven't added them in, but this is the chicken, the mushrooms, and the rice, and then the broccolini is just there. So I won't add that in here either. This here, I'm going to see if I can find, yeah, this little piece of chicken. Now this smells amazing, and when you serve it, you drizzle it with some sesame oil and sprinkle some sesame seeds over. Delicious. And I want a mushroom. So, in my opinion, you can undercook mushrooms, but you can never overcook them. So I always cook them until I think they're cooked, and then give them a little bit longer. And I like them having a really nice golden colour. The marinade is not super strong. It's like it's not it doesn't take over. It's just there, and it's so delicious. It's a very mild flavour. The black rice, for me, really finishes this dish off. I mean, the brown rice, it's the nuttiness of the rice, I think, that really adds to it. So you can do white rice if you like, but I would recommend doing either the black rice or the brown rice. And I would definitely give this a try. Rightio, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please give it a thumbs up, pop over to my channel and subscribe. And I really hope I'll see you next time.